Hello there, I'm Stuart Robinson, Content Director for Bauer Media Audio here in Northern Ireland. Welcome to our radio stations. And the latest radio research figures have just been released for Northern Ireland, and I've got a quick update on how it's all shaping up. Bauer Media Audio continues to lead the way with almost 800,000 listeners now tuning into our stations every single week. That's 10% more than this time last year and a 20% increase in time spent listening, with a total of 7.7 million hours of Bauer Media stations in Northern Ireland now being consumed each and every week. This means 51% of the adult population in Northern Ireland listen to one of our stations. And leading the field is Cool FM, which has just reported its biggest audience figure since launching in 1990. Cool has been working hard to drive new listeners in new ways, unlocking audiences via digital platforms, and it's now been number one in Northern Ireland for a full year now, ahead of BBC Radio Ulster. A record 538,000 people now listen to Cool every week. That's 35% of the entire adult population here. Meanwhile, Downtown Radio continues to perform well, with over 250,000 listeners tuning into the home of great music each and every week. And its sister spin-off station, Downtown Country, now reaches more than 100,000 listeners every week in Northern Ireland, contributing almost 1 million hours now to the Downtown Network portfolio. And while Downtown Country is the biggest digital-only station in Northern Ireland, our newest edition, Greatest Hits Radio Northern Ireland, is now the second most listened to digital station here, with 82,000 listeners. And the biggest radio show in Northern Ireland remains Paulo and Rebecca on Pete Snodden in the morning, weekdays on Cool FM. Their breakfast show has 310,000 weekly listeners now tuning in. That's more than double their nearest commercial rival. As I mentioned earlier, digital audiences continue to drive strong local listenership in Northern Ireland. For the first time ever, more than 500,000 of our listeners here at Bauer Media in Northern Ireland are listening digitally, and a new record high of 1.1 million people in Northern Ireland are now listening via a digital platform here every week. That's 70% of the population. So no matter where you listen and how you listen to us, we would like to take this opportunity to thank you for continuing to support our market-leading stations.